Hi, my name is Rob Pollard. I am 46 years old. I live in Los Angeles, and this is my story about running and walking across America. I've lived in America for the last 11 years. I didn't treat my mental health until around probably 7 or 8 years ago. I started to really know that I had some kind of problem. I'd masked it for years through alcohol and drug addiction, and just always lived behind the alcohol. It was very easy to kind of hide behind that. I had a few people over the years ask if is everything all right with me? Was I wired correctly? A few people used to joke, say, hey, you bipolar, because 1 minute you're really up, 1 minute you're really down. Whenever I used to hear that I was really down, I'd drink a bit more to get me up. And in about 2017, I started to kind of really look into my mental health. My wife had told me that maybe I should go and see somebody. So I went to see my primary doctor, who then sent me to see a psychiatrist and psychiatrist and therapist. First time I met my psychiatrist, they diagnosed me of having ADD, so they gave me Adderall. Then I saw a therapist. The therapist told me that she thought I was bipolar. The psychiatrist and the therapist then met. I then got a second opinion on my psychiatrist. He told me I was bipolar, he agreed. Then I had to go through a couple of years of just going through every kind of antidepressant drug there is, you name it. I've been on it, I've tried it. I started with a minimum dose and it just kept feeding you the higher dosage, highest. Yeah, I've just struggled. I'm someone who struggled with my mental health pretty much all of my adult life, from the age of 15, 16 until now. So I still battle with it every day, but I do believe that there's things that I've done that have helped tremendously over the last couple of years especially, but the prescription drugs just didn't help me. They were getting me to a point where I was just 4 out of 10 every single day. Which has been used as my storeroom currently. This is what I'm gonna pack. So I'm spending today, it's Friday, I leave Monday. So I'm spending the next few hours sorting through all this, getting this prepared. My driver, Joe, and the RV come on tomorrow. So I'll start restocking it. I've still got to do the Costco run. Still got to buy a few things, but I don't know how this is going to fit in, to be honest with you. But I think the best way is to start laying it out in the garage. Clothing, we've got all our printed stuff on the way. So yeah, everyone's asking me what shoes am I going to be running in. I'm going to try a few out. There's a few old in there, a few brand new. These are the new ones. These are the Mount to Coast. Kind of like them, but they've got quite a few miles in them already. I've got 2 pairs of trail. Yeah, these are trail shoes. 2 pairs of trail shoes. People used to see me as being a little bit erratic, spontaneous, fun, life of the party, lots of energy, never sleeping. And it was always the good points that everybody saw, and I made sure that everyone always saw that good part of me. But at that moment in my life, I was living in nightlife, I was living in nightclubs, restaurants, bars, so I always had to be here. And if I ever dropped it to here, if people had said, what's wrong with you today? You're a bit moody, you look a bit down today, I'd pick myself back up. So those times I was on my own, when I would go to bed at night or wake up in the morning, most mornings I just wished that I would not be waking up. I kind of half hoped and prayed that I would die in my sleep. So yeah, I battled with suicidal thoughts, I battled with depression. The depression was just to the point where you don't want to brush your teeth, you don't want to have a shower, you don't feel like doing anything. So every time I'd have that, and it would be not like every day, but let's say at least half of the month, half of the week, half of your day, you'd find yourself just not wanting to be here, just existing. I just probably thought that everybody felt like that. I thought that was a normal way to think and be and live. And when you start looking into it and you start looking at other people, you see them happy. So I never spoke about this to anybody. I never told anybody because I just thought they would see weakness. Everybody saw me as the fun, energetic, the party goer, the nightclub doer, the entrepreneur. And I always had to be just 100%. I couldn't do anything at 50 or 60%. I couldn't have an off day.
There we go, getting ready. So tell us about these socks. They help your nails from stop falling off?
Apparently.
Who recommended them? Some guy?
Yeah, Cameron, who's run around the whole of America. So, let's have a look, see if it works. These beautiful feet now. Let's see what they're like in a week or so. No black toes. Let's just see if this works.
Right, this is the morning of.
Anyone who's done long distance running, and I've had this before, your nails start to fall off and it's your blisters, and it's not pretty. It's not. I mean, my feet aren't.
There we are. The morning of. Let's go, Rob. We got this.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Look at those calves. Look at them.
You get bigger.
So I'm here at Rob's house, just getting ready for the first day. I'm here with Rob's lovely wife, Anna. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you going to do, 60 days is it?
It'll be great.
It'll be great? You'll be fine?
It takes a village, so...
Any words of, any message you want to give him?
Don't get injured.
Watch out for the snakes on the road.
Exactly.
All right, let's go.
Show my knee without a meniscus in survives this, which I'm sure it won't.
Oh shit, it's getting real now. RV started up. All right,
Everyone's gonna think we're tourists.
that's it.
How you feeling?
It's great, mate. How you feeling?
It's
It's real now. You can't back out.
I know, man. Talked about it for so long, and we are, just humbled like how friends and family have supported this. It's a pretty mad. When I first thought the idea, I never thought it was that mad, but the more I've thought about it, I said to Anna this morning, I said, you know what? Next time I'm going to think about things for about 6 months before I announce them. But
Hey, but that's what life's all about, though.
Yeah.
If you think about things too much, then you just
Exactly.
don't do. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes the best things in life are done at the spur of the moment.
I would say those people who are like, I want to do a marathon or I want to do this and that, just book the ticket and then figure it out how to do it. So about you, what makes you want to come and give up a week of your life on this for me, with me and do this?
Well, number one, I think you're doing this for a good cause. I think we have all had friends, or ourselves have been in dark spaces, and without a mate to talk to, then you think you're by yourself. And there's certainly been a couple of times where I've been pretty down, and you've been there for me.
Yeah.
So I think it's like you said on the speech that you did just then. It's like you promised God that if He pulled you out, or they, him, they, she, whatever, pulled you out of it, that you would do something good. And I'm the similar vein. I've been in some pretty dark places myself, and I think it's always important to know that you can get out of it, that there is a way, and there are people around you that, even if you think you're by yourself, you are loved. And why I'm doing this is, number one, because you're my best mate and I support you, and number two is to show the people that even there's people that you see as happy and successful, they have dark times. They're not immune to stuff that we all go through. So this is shining a light So I think it's super important.
The dark days, if you imagine, I think for anyone who doesn't really know what depression is, I think people get confused sadness and depression. Depression is go 10 floors below your worst ever day, and you live that every day. All you see is darkness. All you feel is darkness. You feel so alone. You feel so isolated. You have thoughts in your head that just are not normal. Nobody should have these kind of thoughts. Those thoughts trigger into 100 thoughts, 1,000 thoughts. It overwhelms you. You lose your appetite. You have high anxiety. Your heart rate's high, and you just wish that you just don't want to be here. You don't want to get out of bed anymore. You just don't have the appetite to do anything. So the only way I could get through that day was just through alcohol. I would go and pour myself, the first thing I'd do in the morning, I'd go and pour myself what I called a vodka and orange, and it was this much vodka and this much orange. And I did that, and I put whiskey in my coffee. I would, Irish coffees, because that's what in the bar industry, that you could get away with that. I was never a person that was so intoxicated, I was sloppy. It would get me to a point where I was in survival mode, and it's like that every single day. And I knew deep down that time was going to run out, and I was kind of welcoming of when those days would end, because it was just saps you of all of your energy that you have.
It's not hot, is it? Yeah, that's quite a cool picture there. Besides, easy, This is roof. Oh, there you go. Say too much about my wife, but JJ coming with him, giving up a week of his life to come in this for my wife. Thank you, mother. Just, what keeps me saying is remembering why I'm going to do this, what we're doing, who we're doing it for, and just hopefully we can shed a little bit of light on a very dark kind of conversation that doesn't really get talked about ever, and it's been affected so many people. It's the biggest killer of men under 50, and so this is really dedicated. I just said the next 60 days is dedicated to those men who struggle, and women, men who feel alone, who have dark, isolated, suicidal thoughts, who feel like there isn't a choice because it is an illness. And then honestly, to everybody who has lost someone to suicide, because it touches so many people, and I just want to know that what we're doing is really for you as well, that your loved ones are remembered, and hopefully we can reach somebody out there and let them know that you're not alone, and give hope. I think hope is what keeps us all going, right?
Yep.
So God bless you all. I made a promise to God when I was struggling that if He helped me, then I promised Him that I would help someone else, and this is it. So let's do it. It's hard, but we're gonna hopefully enjoy it and get to see the country, and just couldn't do this without you all. So thank you so much, guys. Love you all.
All right, Mr. Pollard, we're ready. Day one, feet in the water.
Done it. Let's go.
Let's go. Start running.
Ciao.
When I first found out I'd been diagnosed with bipolar, I was a little bit shocked, but also a little bit relieved. I think being misdiagnosed, having ADD and being on the Adderall, it spun me to a place where I was in a different planet, a different universe. Adderall and bipolar just should never, ever mix. So I was basically on a up and then a severe down, and I was constantly chasing that up. So I was a bad move, but having, you know, those words to tell, it took me a few years to kind of get used to it. It kind of made everything understand me a little bit more, because I really did think that there was something seriously wrong with me. So it was part relief and a little bit of shock when I first found out I was diagnosed with bipolar.
Ni hao.
Ni hao, ni hao.
How you doing, man? Sorry. Woo! How many miles is that?
28.34.
Holy crap. You feeling good?
Not bad. Hungry.
Day one, dude. Day one. This is real.
Real. That bit was pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hot?
It's hard, it's like going to the ghetto. It was
Gnarly, like all trucks, it was loud, it was fucking,
yeah, it's a bit moody.
It's alright. Alright, so air conditioning's on. Got your leg compressors out. With Red Bull in the fridge for you.
Awesome, man.
It's gonna run to PF Chang's now. The food should be ready.
Beautiful.
Bit of sweet and sour chicken, rice.
I'll give you guys some cash.
Just we can worry about that later, but
Yeah.
Alright, let's go!
It was me. I decided in April 2024 to come off all medication. I just wanted, there were so many things I wanted back. I wanted to feel a little bit like myself, if that even sounds right. I had no libido, I had no sexual drive, I had no excitement. You know, people could tell me the best news, like when my son was born and my wife told me we were having a second. I just had no, I was like, okay. You know, I thought endurance sports would help me with that. I did my first triathlon, across the line. I was like, okay. I did an Ironman. You know, they say when you ring that bell and you hear the, you know, I was just like, that's okay. So nothing would foot, and I just thought it had to be the medication suppressing some of those serotonin levels. So against the will of my therapist and my wife and the people around me, I decided to come off medication. For the first month, I felt amazing. I went like this. I was like, I wasn't even on drugs and alcohol at the time, but I felt like I was on this crazy cloud nine, and then boom, it hit, and everybody would warn me this is going to hit. And that's when, you know, my sleep deprivation started to play in, irritation, sound, light, and just everything would trigger me into like having this kind of, to the point where it crashed so hard, I walked around my house looking for the best place to hang myself that would, not even thinking about my family. I just thought it was going to be a big relief for them as well as it was for me. And I sat down, we used to have some steps into our old house, into the laundry room, and I could hear my wife and my son. My wife was reading to my son at the time. He was about 1 or 2, and 2 or 3, and yeah, I just thought, this is it, this is my line, I can't do this anymore. And then I decided, okay, I'll just see what I feel like tomorrow, give it one more day, and I did. And yeah, so for that 2024, I just battled every day really. It was probably the worst moments, and in 2025 I decided I'm gonna stop drinking, and again I kind of like had these ups and downs. And I remember when I hit 100 days not drinking, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was so impressed with myself, and I kept telling my wife, it's 100 days now. But there was still like, how am I going to do this for long term? Like, that devil was still on my shoulder, and I knew there was something else that was going to come, and wave after wave I got hit, and I just said to my wife, I can't go on like this, I can't live like this anymore.
There he is. Let's go, Seal Beach, baby. Let's go. Here with Rob, second leg. You got another 9.4 miles to go, I think.
Got me excited, time we only had 2 miles left.
Yeah. We're at Seal Beach right now, having a bit of a Forrest Gump moment at the end of the pier over there.
So I had, from April 2025, so if you think that's a year from me kind of going from that very dark, suicidal, been on my stairs, to April 2025, it was almost like a mirror image. Like I was back, but I was sober. And I knew this time, unlike 2024, I couldn't use alcohol to get through those summer months, the days that were coming, because I was I was already in 100 days sober, but I was at that point where I was a year before. We had looked, my therapist had mentioned ketamine therapy, my wife had mentioned it. Long story short, we decided to go with ketamine therapy. And I was on my second session of ketamine therapy, and you see a lot of visions when you're undergoing infusion therapy. It's called disassociation. You're not really sleeping, but you're basically hallucinating. And you see people from the past, you see colours and shapes, and I saw myself as a third person, and I was doing this kind of outrageous thing across the country, and I couldn't really figure it out what it was, because when you're under essentially a trip, you just see in kind of fragments. And I came out of the session and the doctor said to me, "Hey, have you seen any like mad visions and stuff?" And I was like, yeah, kind of. But I sat on it, and then I started to think about it. And I just thought, what is going to be the hardest physical thing I could ever do to make myself proud, to make my wife proud of me, to make my family proud of me? How do I come out of this darkness of telling my family and my wife that I'm an alcoholic and I've been abusing my body and I've been living a lie? How can I turn this around into a positive? And prior to that, I prayed, and I sat on my bathroom floor and prayed and begged. And I think a lot of people call it, I'd surrendered. And I'd made this promise where, if you help me, God, I will help somebody else. And that was the promise I made. And I think I even said it out loud as I prayed on kneeling. And it kind of then hit me, the harm, like maybe I could use my story to help someone else out there. And that was really it. And I knew the only way of doing this was by doing something big, like something way bigger than people could ever imagine me to say. So when I say to my wife and my friends, I've got this crazy idea, this was the crazy idea, but I actually go through with it. I don't just sit and talk about it. So I looked and I thought about the most physical challenge I could do. I thought about swimming, I thought about biking, I thought, well, I really don't like running. I'm not a runner. I hate running. So should I run? And I thought, well, I could do the coast of California, I could run to Vegas. But all those seem pretty easy, if you like. I wanted to make it that I would run across the country. And then when I started to map it out and the miles and the best routes, originally I looked at LA to New York, and then I decided to be away from my family for 90 or 100 days is just not possible. So me and my wife looked at the map and we did Los Angeles to Jacksonville Beach as a point, and it was about 2,300 miles, 2,400 miles. And I thought, that's doable. I know I can do that.
It's back after the first leg.
What's going on?
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, hey, bud. Hi.
What's up, Joe?
What's good, brother? What's good?
We're in his beautiful abode that's going to take us, well, them guys mostly, across the country. Rob's eating after his first run, getting some nutrients back into his body, going to rest up. Jerkers has joined us as well. Recuperate, and then what's next, Rob?
So 15 more miles to go. I'll try and do that in 3 hours. That's it. Try and get to Huntington Beach Pier by 5:30.
Okay.
Be picking up there, then we'll go and check into the hotel. That's it.
I don't think anything ever prepared me for it. I had about 9 months of feeling sick every day, knowing that it was one day closer to me going on April the 27th. Every day I thought about being away from my family. We went to a music festival. All I could think about the 2 weeks before was me being away. Christmas, holidays. So the preparation was not a great preparation because I was constantly thinking of the worst case scenario. Physically, I knew I had to get running. I had to start doing the miles. In May of 2025, I had meniscus surgery, so I had meniscus removed. So to me, just to get running again and getting active again and doing runs again, long runs, and I knew I had to every week up that mileage 10, 15%, to the point where I could run 4 or 5 hours every single day, 6, 7 days a week. When you start running 40 miles every single day, nothing prepares you for that, especially not being a runner and not liking running. So there was a physical preparation. And even, I just don't think anyone could prepare themselves for that. But it was really more a mental preparation. I knew that I was going to have really hard days. I knew I was going to struggle. I knew I was going to cry. I knew I was going to be, and a lot of that I probably didn't capture on camera because I was on my own so much. I was just in this mental darkness throughout the run. But I didn't ever prepare myself for being as bad as it was mentally. It was the most, physically it was hard, but mentally it was the hardest thing I think I could have ever done. To be away from my family, to be on my own, to be in this heat, the heat of 100 degrees for 10 hours every day, running 40 miles every single day, and just knowing that you had to do the same thing every day. So there was no preparation for it.
40 points, just on the money.
40 miles.
Yeah, so we'll call it a day today. I'm happy with that. 9 hours, 5 minutes, 53 seconds. Save.
Day one in the books.
Tomorrow we'll start. I'll have to go a little bit further tomorrow, but here's what it is. Just thanks everyone for your support today. Messages, this guy holding the camera, other guys, Joe. Thank you guys. Happy with that today, honestly, because I feel okay. I'm not like, ugh. I've walked quite a bit. I'd probably say I've walked at least 30%. That last bit was a bit hard, a little bit rough. Wanted to finish, got cramp, but I need a shower, but I feel good.
Beautiful. Let's go walk with my brother. Let's go.
We made it, Jacksonville. Very sore, but we made it. We did it. We just arrived here in the outskirts of Jacksonville. Just taking a minute there just to peace and a quiet, just to reflect. Still got another 25 miles to go, but it's pretty surreal. It really is that I'm not there yet. Still got another marathon to go, which I'm going to break up into 3 days maybe. But I was just taking a minute just to reflect, really, just to think about all those people that I've met on the way here. I don't know how I've done it, to be honest with you. I really don't know how I did it. Well, I do. I think it's from the support from my friends and family and messages and the people I've met on the way. And I've just put my body through something that, first off, I wouldn't wish anyone to go through that physically and mentally, to be honest with you. And just taking a minute, I've just unpacked the RV. Going to be staying here tonight and tomorrow and all weekend, really, using this as our base. Still got, like I said, still got a few miles to do. It's not done yet. It won't be done until I touch the Atlantic, but I just can't believe it, really. You got bigger! You got bigger! Hi!
Hi.
Hi, mate. How are you? Good. They made it! You made it! All right. You gonna get your bags?
Now hold hands. Okay, let's
Yeah.
hold hands.
Can you say hi to the cameraman? Say hi.
Say hi. Look around. Hi.
Yeah, should we go and get your bags?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, we had to wait, but it's worth it. What's in my head now? The finish line. Getting this done. And honestly, like nothing but happiness because my family and my friends are here. This is like probably the euphoria of the whole last 55 days. So nothing but good vibes in my head. I feel positive, I feel good physically, mentally. And yeah, just so happy to be finishing healthy.
Hey, this is Coach Scott Fulkerson here. For those that don't know me, my name's Scott Fulkerson. I've been an Ironman certified coach. I've been coaching Rob for over 3 years now through his Ironmans and his 50K journey. Actually, here's the 50K, the Bulldog Ultra bib that we raced together. You know, Rob's doing something amazing. This is a difficult task. Not everyone can do it, right? It takes a really strong mental fortitude to take the initiative to try and get across the United States by foot. Anything's possible, right? That is the Ironman slogan, but Rob's taking this to another level. Anything beyond possible. Rob's making a difference in the world, and I'm so proud of him. It's really a great thing to see. And if I was to give some advice, just keep moving forward. There's gonna be some rough days, but one foot in front of the other, right? It's a process, it's a journey. Super proud to be on this journey with you, man. Good luck.
So I'm here, my man Dustin, he just pulled over. I was walking along miles away, got a Rob, shout out the window, Dustin's just come to join me. He signed up for a full Ironman. So what was going on mentally with you, like a few months ago? What happened?
Yeah, last January was just hitting rock bottom, you know, mentally, and I've had issues, you know, with alcohol, and was trying to fight that demon again, and decided to go for a run and got into fitness.
That's awesome, man. So what made you want to go for a run? Like, was there anything that pushed you wanting to go for a run?
Just physical fitness was always a thing for me, you know, years ago, and figured put on the running shoes again and clear my mind.
So how did you find me just now on the tracker?
No, I seen you. I knew you were coming this way today.
Yeah.
I seen you in the morning. You did? In Bolsa Chica when I was driving to work.
Yeah, that's my car. Our Viva's car, yeah.
Yeah, so then I knew, I was kind of in my head, I was like, he's got to be here somewhere.
That's spot on, man.
So I was driving north on PCH, and there you were.
You made my day, you really have. It's so good to meet you.
I'm glad.
Let's go walk with me, brother. I see some weird guy, video. I was like, what's he staring at? Great to see you, Mr. Shea.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you...
Left the boys a while ago, and I was on coastline. It's pretty hot. Ran out of water, and just out of nowhere, I was like, "Oh, this is rough. This is." I knew there was a town coming up, and just out of nowhere, pops.
All right, guys, here we are in Carlsbad, California. We're here with Jason. He's joined Rob on part of the leg here on his bike. So, Jason, yeah, thank you for joining us. And how did you meet Rob?
Actually known Rob now for I think a couple years. We met through Ironman and had an opportunity to meet him face to face in Oceanside in 24.
Yep, you came out that day as well.
So what's up? We ran for like 8 seconds, like, hey, nice to meet you. And then we got connected and then knew about his story. He told me he was going to be running across America. I said, I promise you, I will meet you at some point and get you bought a house here in Oceanside. And I'm like, when you get down to this area, I'll come out, catch up. And I got my bike.
You did?
And just had a great conversation for about an hour, just talking about life and super proud. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's doing, raising awareness, and just an all-around good dude. Everyone's got something going on, like Rob's running here for, you know, men's mental health and suicide awareness, and you know, everyone's got something. We battle something on a daily basis, and everyone's battling something going on, so just keep your head up. You know, the one thing when it comes to alcohol is you got to hit a bottom. Something's got to change emotionally, physically, spiritually. And when that happens, it's usually, you know, that light at the end of the tunnel. So just keep your head up, keep fighting for something. And that's really it.
There we go, day 3.
So what are your thoughts on, you know, when people are down and out, you know, they're not feeling good, there's a couple of reasons for it. You know, one will be maybe bad habits, you know, drugs, alcohol, things like that, or addictions of other things like gambling or collecting cards, for example.
Yep.
And me myself, when I've been down and out myself, I've found that and it took me a while to realize this, in turning 44 this year, is if you're feeling shit, is to get up and go for a walk.
Get outside.
Get outside, like get off your phone, get off the TV. Like,
See if you could do one day.
Yeah.
So one day, like maybe one day not drinking. One day, just see one day, and that's it. That's how I do it. Just see if you go one day. Maybe one day, just go outside and 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Just something to change your habits up. Make it, set an easy task for yourself. And just do one thing. Like, not everybody can go out and just go and start running, but just go out for a walk.
Yeah.
If you have a pet or a dog, take the dog out. Go and meet somebody. Walk to the coffee shop. Just, something where you just focus on that one day today. Don't focus on tomorrow, not next week. Don't think I'm going to do. Just that's all I did, and I still do it today. Just can I go another day with not drinking?
Yeah.
Can I do another day of not? So just try and be out for me. And I think there's a lot of science behind it. Running, being outside reduces so much anxiety and depression because it's recreating neuroplasticity in your brain. And just there's a reason why everyone goes running, right?
All right, guys, we're here in Carlsbad, California, and we're just kind of parked up, Joe and I. We're waiting for Rob to come back, and we met Jim over here, and he kind of said, "What are you guys doing?" We explained what we're doing for Rob, and Jim, you lived in a RV and camper for how many years?
I lived in it for 11 years, had it parked in somebody's yard. And it worked out perfectly because you could go to work and come home, and she was a single lady and she was kind of afraid to live alone. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, I'll park here. And you save so much money.
Yep. So Rob's going to meet us here soon, but this is day 3 for him. So he's almost 100 miles from Playa del Rey right now. Mm-hmm. Any message you want to say to him about his journey across to the East Coast?
Well, let's see. Have fun going across Texas. It's getting hotter by the day, baby. Yeah, it's going to be you know what he needs? He needs something that follows him with a mister.
Yeah.
Spray.
That's this guy here.
Yep. Yeah. That's exactly what that's a lot of heat. I don't know how he's going to run in that heat.
Well, he's doing this to raise awareness of men's mental health awareness and also suicide prevention. Yeah. So I'm going to give you one of these things here. It's a sticker.
Oh, okay, perfect.
You can flip it around, scan the QR code. Let your friends know about it, to track him, follow him, and if they want to donate,
I'll do that.
A couple bucks even helps out.
Yeah, I understand. That's a good move because you see all these people laying on the streets and stuff, and in these ditches over here, and you say, well, they're drug dealers or drug users and stuff. But a lot of it's mental.
Yes. Just embracing this last part of Southern California before we start to head east. Well, we're actually effectively already heading east. That's it, right? So. Right now it's non-stop to Jacksonville. Just keep going straight, right? We're rethinking how we can structure this. So I want to make sure that the impact that we're doing is for the right reasons, and I certainly don't want to be detouring the trails. So we're kind of coming off route a little bit here today by going through the center of San Diego, which is what we want to do.
Yeah.
So everything we want to do is with purpose and meaning. Just make sure that we're always sticking to our core values of walk with a brother. Today was always going to be one of the hardest days, I think, because of the altitude and just the loneliness. But we got it done. We got a new system down. I met Joe every 2 or 3 miles. There was a part there that I couldn't run on the road, so I went in the RV. The roads were just too narrow. It was too risky. And I just wanted to do safety first. I'm not a hero. I'm not here for the stats. I'm not here for the Strava numbers. I'm here to suffer the pain a little bit, to remember those people that we've lost through suicide, for me to be thankful for what I have, remember the families left behind, and just take it all in, really.
Good morning. Good morning. Day 6, Rob. Day 6. Man in the distance. You crazy bastard. Woo! Let's go. Just parked underneath a tree over there, so I thought, give you a little bit of a last step.
Can't breathe.
It's fucking hot, man.
Sucks the life out of you.
It's hot, hot, hot. Imagine living in that trailer over there. Smelling horse shit all day.
Yeah. Oh, you know when you said I wonder what grows here?
Yeah.
After you said that, you guys drove off and a massive truck of onions went past me.
Oh, no
She
shit.
fell off. I was kicking an onion so hard. Stunk of onion, yeah. So I guess onions is one of them.
Okay. All right, Rob. Time for an interview. It's day 6 now. Would you say today's been easy, hard, medium?
So hard.
Hard because of the heat?
The heat, man.
Heat,
I'm
yeah.
just not a person who's good anyway in the heat.
Yeah.
See, I'm English. I'm not used to it.
You're American as well, brother.
Oh, but English.
The alabaster skin?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, in LA, where we live, we don't get it so hot. But this is,
And we have air conditioning everywhere.
this is a different level, you know. It's actually a short day today for us because I want to give you guys some time off and feel like my body needs to recharge. My body's kind of felt like mile 22. I felt my body at mile 17 was like, just stop now, stop.
Yeah, yeah. You were restless last night as well, so you
Yeah.
probably didn't get good recovery.
Didn't get a good recovery. And like, you know, obviously we've been finishing up. We've got to, you know, you guys have been doing dinner, then I've got to do my calls, my wife, my kids, my parents, work, finish off work. I'm going to upload our class. So we haven't had any time just to kind of relax. So I want to take a few hours today, and then tomorrow, same thing. I want to get up early tomorrow.
Yep.
Beat the heat.
Yep.
A little bit. So maybe I'll get dropped off somewhere in El Centro, and I'll do 2 hours. You can go back.
Yeah.
And I'll just do as far as I can when you guys have packed up and blah blah blah.
Yep.
7:30 we'll start, watch the game. 9:30. And we'll just do what we had a good little system today for a bit.
Yeah, I think we got a good round cover considering you're running in like 97-degree heat. I mean,
this is not fun.
Yeah. But you were talking about earlier, I saw you posted a video about pain.
Yep.
And this is nothing compared to what some people go through.
Nope.
You know, feeling alone.
Pain.
Feeling alone.
Yeah.
And feeling like there's no way out, feeling like there's no one there for you. You'd be surprised how much, if you do reach out, that if you just tell people that you're feeling so helpless that even maybe your worst enemies would stick their arm out for you.
It's funny because, you know, all this things posted, I still get some hate messages, and it's like guys not wanting me to talk about this because, you know, we're making men look weaker, and one guy called me a pussy. So
you know what?
I'm like, the funny thing is, like, it's the most manly thing you can do is ask for help.
Yeah. You know, I've seen some men who think they're men beat their wives up.
Exactly.
Abuse their children.
That's a real man, eh?
Yeah, that's a real man right there.
So yeah, just got to change the conversation, the way we look at everything. You know, when people have a diagnosis for anything from kidney disease, liver disease, heart disease, bone disease, you name it, when you've got a brain disease, which is effectively what mental health is, it's not okay. Like, there's shame to it. But yeah, if you've got like diabetes or asthma, or you know, so it's just the way we have conversations about our brain, and our brain is our most, you know, important organ. So
yep,
how we take care of that and nurture. Just waiting for my pickup now. Yeah, it was 98 degrees. My phone was melting. My watch is about to run out. I'm completely burnt. My legs are like burnt.
They don't know you.
They don't know me, bro. They don't know me. Okay.
Alright, I just picked up my old mate here. He's been running in 100-degree heat. It's actually 98 degrees, but maybe feels like 100, eh?
Yeah, well, we arrived in Yuma. So
Yuma. And Rob's going to tell us the fact of the day. It's brought to you by Walk With Me Brother. You can actually get this hat. Talk to me if you want one. But anyway, fact of the day about Yuma.
Population, 100,000 people. Okay, now get this for a fact. It's one of the sunniest places on earth. It hit me, is it hitting me? It's almost over. When was it? Thursday evening when we got to our Airbnb in Jacksonville. I got pretty emotional. It definitely hit me. It kind of like, we're here. I kind of asked myself, how the hell have you got here? And then I kind of just thought again, like, with the support, the protection from God, I'd got here, the support my family had got here, and it was all really down to them, I think, more than myself, that I'd got to this point. It was a day that I almost quit. What day was it? Hardest day for me was probably the day or two after I got back from San Antonio, which was about 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, if you want to say, like the middle part of this trip. And the night I'd seen my kids in Phoenix for the weekend. Morning. Morning. How are you? Morning.
Am I gonna be on the okay.
Morning. How you doing? Morning.
How are you?
How you do? Good?
Yes.
At the Trinity?
So I just got back from seeing my kids. That was 4 weeks ago. And had a call off my brother. Had some bad news from my sister-in-law, personal. My father-in-law the next day was taken into ICU. He wasn't well. He's got some personal health issues. And I was in a place called Sidwell, just outside of San Antonio. And I said to my wife, I think I've got to call this. I can't be away. I can't do this. And she kind of said, no, just keep going. It's okay. And then the next 2 or 3 days, we were, the middle. I always knew the middle part of the trip was going to be the hardest part. And it just felt like the end was not really getting any closer. We were in the middle of Texas, just nothing. We actually barely saw anybody for the next few days. And we were making our way towards Houston on that Friday. And that whole week I was probably like, yeah, I'm done. And that was the closest I'd come to even to the point where I was looking at flights, thinking of how to get. My wife had no help. She had to get back from Scottsdale to LA. It was Memorial Day. It was just a bad day, dark day for sure.
Day 22, as we walk and run across America in a place called Balmaria. So we're just heading to our starting point where we ended yesterday. We've just seen some deer run across the road. It's pretty dark. The sun is starting to poke up a little bit, which is good. And here we go.
Change your story. Change your life. I feel like I've definitely rewriting my story by doing this. Obviously, something that I've never ever imagined I thought I would ever do. It's just pretty surreal, to be honest with you, being out here on my own. Just nothing. See, just look at that, just starting to poke up. There is no tomorrow. There's only today. There's no promises any of us will be here tomorrow. Only today. So, just gonna make today my opportunity. You see the sun rising there? I know that today is the only day that counts. So I'll give it everything I have. I'll go 1% harder than I did yesterday. I'll be 1% nicer to people. I'll give back 1% more than I did yesterday. And that's all we have. There's no promises that any of us are going to be here tomorrow. Morning. Day 29. After a few days off, Saturday, Sunday, we are back at it today. Currently here, I got in late last night from Phoenix to San Antonio. We're in Seguin, Texas. It's about to have dinner. Nonchalant day, not feeling great. Left my family. Bad news from home. We've wrapped up day 29 and we are about 40 miles east of San Antonio en route to Houston. Back on the road again, back near the trains, back to being on my own. Here we go, let's get this done, let's finish this thing off. We are just taking each day again, each day as it comes, but trying to keep positive. There's a lot of negativity around in this world, and bad news always keeps to creeping up, but I won't let it in. I'm working on the blueprint and the tools to allow your mind to keep disciplined, stay away from negativity, depression, and just focusing on all that's good, focusing all on what I have, what I don't have. But we're back on it, it's day 30. I actually think we're over halfway. My initial plan was to finish this in 60 days. Now my goal is 55 days. Reason being is I just really want to be back with my family. I want to be back home. And if I can do it in that time, I will, without killing myself, obviously. So we don't really take any risks. As you can see, the sunlight's just starting to come up now, so I never really go out in the dark. Although we're kind of ready, just waiting for this daylight to kind of start, and then we'll get on our way. I just gotta get through this. I'm nearly there. I'm over halfway. I know I can do it. I think there's a lot of people, when I started this, probably didn't even think I'd start. There's another probably tranche of people who probably thought I would give up or fail. And there's another tranche of people who really believed in me and know who I am and know that I'm going to get through this. So thank you to all those people who supported. And without you, it really wouldn't be possible. Without your patience, your love, your support, your encouragement. And what we're doing here, it's not just changing people of this generation. I want to change my son and my grandchildren, hopefully's generation, in how we look at mental health, take away the stigma, how we relook at mental illnesses, how we can save people from suicide, how we can support those people who have lost through suicide. So. Okay, there's one guy watching this right now, and I think that nobody cares listening. That one person, that's probably just, maybe I've just popped up in your feed, maybe somebody told you about what I've done. This whole thing is for you. It's never really been about me or really anything of that subject. It's for you. That one person who think that nobody cares, that nobody's listening, no one cares about your problems. The weight of the world is on you. You don't want to wake up in the morning. Your chest is heavy. You're kind of checked out. You're at the point now where you've got no energy to do pretty much anything, no motivation. This is your sign, your moment that I care. And I can promise you there is somebody else out there that does care. And you've just got to figure out who that person is that you can ask for help to lighten your load. You've just got to find out whether it's a therapist, a brother, a friend, a co-worker, someone in your family, your dad, your son, your cousin, just somebody in your network there. Just have a think who that person might be that you can just say. You don't even have to ask for help. You just say, hey, I'm struggling a little bit, or it's just something not right with me. Or say, just, what do I do? Can you help me with this? Just something like that. That's probably where I would start, and this is your call to action to go out, and because there is one person out there that will listen to you, and I hopefully will just be that spark of inspiration, because that's where I was and that's what I've done and And it all starts with just that asking for help.
Hey Rob, congratulations on the journey, man. I'm so proud of you. By the time you get this video, you're gonna be most of the way through Arizona. It's been hot. It's been especially hot the last few days, but man, I see you're pushing through it and it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna have good roads ahead. I love this journey. I love your plight. I love your passion, and I'm all about what you're doing. So many of us guys brought up having been taught to suppress our feelings, not be open and transparent, not to share our feelings, sometimes not to communicate very well. All of this leads to challenges, as we all know, in our lives. You've opened up that door through your journey across America. You've literally put your rubber to the road. You put your life on hold, and you've done it to bring suicide awareness for men. And I love this. I wish that I could run with you each and every day. I really do. I'm here in presence with you in soul and heart, and I follow you each and every day. So please know that your message is being heard, and it does bring deep thought to so many of us about the challenges that we face as men. And I will guarantee that lives will be changed because of what you're doing right now. I know for a fact it's brought awareness to my own life. I'm really going to cherish the days, each and every day, that are before us. They're a God's gift. I'm going to cherish my friends, my family, and just be aware and present each and every day. Your journey has absolutely caused this. So thank you for what you're doing. Take care, brother. Love you.
That's day 8 done. Done. Dusted. It's in the history books. And this is where we're staying tonight. It's 4:30. Not a soul around apart from the odd mountain lion and coyote and snake. And
How are you feeling so far?
it's like waves.
Yeah.
Some days are good, some hours are good, some hours are not good. Some like really miss my kids and my family. Some are like I feel really motivated. Today was one of those really motivated. God, I've got to do all this all over again today.
What's been the hardest thing of the trip so far, apart from missing your kid and your family?
I think like stress, because I'm still trying to navigate how I can work, keep everyone happy. Yeah, I'm just not sleeping and stressing about it. Financial strains, because I'm effectively paying for 3 businesses right now out of 1 business, really.
Yeah.
Day 9 done. Not a good one today, really. Probably the first day I've just not wanted to do it. Yeah, another thing that I've passed. It's so sad. Drive safe, people. Drive safe. Right, I want to shout out Melissa here, who owns this RV park, who shouted us this beautiful dinner. The nicest person we've met on this trip by far. Beautiful lady. Just shouted us dinner. So thank you. And we're going to tag your RV park here as well. So thank you. Right, everybody, this is day 12. Walking with brother as I run and walk across America. Slowly getting used to not having always a bathroom and a shower on hand. Slowly getting used to just humbling myself with what we have. But honestly, the kindness of the people that we've met touched me in ways that I didn't think it could be possible. There's some really kind, amazing, thoughtful people out there in this world. And we've seen them. They've come out to meet us. They've brought us things. They've brought us lunch, dinner, water, donations. Just honestly, more importantly than any of that alone.
Very good. Very good.
Good job.
I know, we got here. I can't believe we got here, but we made it. Thanks, this guy.
I told him. Sun's not our favorite place, but we're gonna go and hope that you redeem the colonies.
I hope so. Well, do you know what? I don't know, Matt brought me through a pretty rough area yesterday, and I was like, I didn't want to get my phone out, but and he texted me ahead of time and said, you know, just be careful. Yeah. When we got to the RV place I was staying, the lady was just one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. She was wonderful. She brought us food. She had a story for an hour. But just amazing. I'm like, wow, you know, looks can be what it looks like here is not here. So it was really nice.
And sometimes in the
Exactly. I agree. Well, thank you so much for coming. It's so nice here. I got it, man. Yeah.
What did strangers teach you when you met them?
Kindness, empathy, in times where I mean, I've said hello to everybody, and I've not always, don't expect somebody to even say, just said hello, and I've asked people how they are, and just in the most random spots, strangers have kind of kept me going. They've given me a hug, or they've given me a bottle of water, or they've shared, I think most importantly, their story, which has meant they've felt comfortable enough to open up to a stranger, and that kind of was the whole reason why I was doing it. And there's been dozens and dozens and dozens of people that we've met along the way where you've maybe not expected them on the outside, but be that person who shares a story. They've been on a bike, they've been in a laundry room, they've been delivering us food, they've been police officers, fire department, just people that maybe we wouldn't expect for them to share a story, be so open and authentic. They have, because, and then, you know, a couple of guys have said, nobody's ever asked me that before. So that was probably, I guess, the most significant, and just people and strangers have just shared kindness and openness and really supportive. Like, I've not ever had really any cases where people have been negative about it or rude or unhelpful, but people are really kind. I think that's the one message I want to share. People always want to help. The kindness of strangers is still here today. Even when the media doesn't tell you that, or you don't see it on social media, but there's still a lot of good people in this world.
Hey Rob, it's Tamara. Hey, I'm just checking in with you. Wanted to see how you're doing out there, but mostly wanted to just send you a message. You know, when we met, I gave you a book. The book was Dream Big by one of my favorite authors, Bob Goff. And in that book, there's a quote, and it says, know what you want, why you want it, and what you're going to do about it. And that reminds me a lot about the journey that you're on. So the journey that you're on is something that is just extra special. It's something that's going to help to change lives and give men their voice when it comes to their mental health. And so I'm just wanting to send you a message saying that what you're doing out there is so valuable. Keep up the great work. We're so grateful we got to walk a few miles with you in Tucson, and we can't wait to see you again.
Hey Rob, just wanted to say thank you for what you're doing. You know, this is so incredible, so hard, such a taboo subject, you know, and you bringing awareness in this way is really, really, really brave. The subject has haunted my family my entire life, forever will. I know many men in my past that have struggled. We've had those conversations, and they need to be had more often. I can't imagine, you know, these 2 months and, you know, the physical, mental, emotional, psychological toll it's going to take. Just know that we're all rooting for you, so proud of you, so grateful for what you're doing and the impact it's going to have on others, even if it's just one person or if it's 100 or 1,000, it matters. And thank you.
I'll get Eugene to come with you. We'll run a bit. You can meet us at the next spot.
Ian, you came here from New Zealand. How was it to watch your brother doing this thing from another side of the world?
I flew all the way from New Zealand, which is about 13,000 kilometers, about 8,000 miles. It was never going to be a question that I was going to come out and watch him do this and join him do this. So when he told me he was doing this and told me the title, Walk With Me Brother, I took that very literally. As his brother, of course, wanted to walk with him and wanted to walk with him more than I have done. Walking with him has been amazing, and watching him do this has just been amazing.
Rob, I'm so proud of what you're doing. To sacrifice 2 months of your life to help save a life, open up a discussion, let someone know that they're not alone is truly wonderful. I hope in this time you find that your heart is stronger than your mind, and it's really remarkable that you're doing this to bring awareness to male suicides. You always joke with me when coming to pay a bill, don't be a hero. But this time, Rob, you are the hero, and we are always walking here beside you. Now go, run, Forrest, run!
All right, this is day 16, Walk With My Brother, week 3. And we're here in just outside of Wilcox. We have 40 miles to do today. We had to hop on the freeway for a little bit because there was no safe passage from Benson to Wilcox without a big detour. So this is kind of like what we're seeing a lot on the road. It's 7 a.m, it's already 80 degrees, so really got to get going straight away. And this week we will be heading into New Mexico. So it'll be our 3rd state, so looking forward to that. I often think what people must think when they see me on the side of the road here running in 100-degree heat. So if you are seeing this and you see us, give us a beep, give us a wave. In 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks time, we'll be halfway. So start to create conversations in and around suicide. Hopefully start conversations that get these numbers down. It's the biggest killer of men under 50. There's so many people have lost family members to suicide and have so many questions still. Why? What was he going through? What could I have done? So hopefully the people we meet on the way, the stories we share on the way, will help people. So this is Walk With My Brother. We're on day 16 right now, heading into Wilcox. And yeah, we are getting the miles done. We're over 500 miles now, so just under 2,000 to go. These towns kind of look and feel the same. It's just not very much. They're just ghost towns. I've been through some real kind of poor-looking towns and cities now. It's kind of like breaks my heart a little bit that some people in America live this poorly, and we don't know how good we have it everywhere. So just be a little bit more thankful what you have today, and I know I certainly am. New Mexico, very pretty here. I think those are pecan trees. On the way to El Paso, which is just that way. We're about 30 miles or so, I think 32 miles from El Paso here. So I'm just going to give you a little look. What a route. It's really pretty. Nice to have some trees, some shade covering. This is it. This is what you call living the dream. Doing my laundry, finishing up day 20, finished in a place called Fort Hancock. So every day is a bit of a test, and just seeing probably one of the worst things I've seen on this so far. I was running a mile or so down there, and out pops these 2 dogs. They both had collars on. This is quite a busy road. Oh, I feel awful. Yeah, we're on day 20, so we've got 40 more days to go. Go to Jacksonville. We're from LA, we're fishing in Jacksonville.
Sorry? Pretty like on the thing which on the side. Any roads we can't do, I just hop in there then. But we're getting there, man. So, just gonna find somewhere to stay tonight.
Yep.
You found anywhere?
Kind of. Yeah. Still looking.
All right.
Yeah.
You have a good day. Thanks for your service.
All right, brother. Thank you, bro. Yep.
So we do. On Sunday. Football on. Wendy's. Gas station coffee. Today, where are we heading today? We're in Van Horn right now, which is West Texas, and we're heading down this frontage road, and yeah, we're on our way to San Antonio. In Texas, doesn't really look too much different from Arizona. A little bit more green, maybe. What have I learned from these first 3 weeks? Been on the road, been away from family, meeting wonderful people from all walks of life, random people in laundry rooms, side of the road, Walmart, supermarkets. Just feel so humbled and privileged to have met some of these people, and this is what this is all about. I find it very hard this week, week 3. Definitely my hardest week. Physically and mentally. Away from my family. My son was, just probably a bit confused. Why have I left? Didn't want me to leave last week. I feel a bit of guilt for my wife because she's having to do so much work at home. Then I feel guilty, like, just little things like missing bath time, taking my son to school, playing with my kids, seeing how much my daughter's changing. My son's now riding a scooter confidently. Living very humbly, should we say, is that a word? But just living bare minimum. Lost context, I lost 5 clients this week, which is $24,000 a month in revenue. That's $280,000 to $300,000 a year in revenue. Just like that, boom. Because they probably didn't like the fact that I was on the road, and they thought that I'm taking money from them and not doing any work, which is on the contrary. They don't see the work I'm doing. Some of these people I've worked with for years. But all they care about is how much they can squeeze you, how much money can they save by you setting everything up, now putting somebody else in, cheaper cost. And that's the people that I don't want to work with. So it's an eye-opener. And I believe that those people will fail. I believe that greed is the devil. If all you look at is dollars without wanting to help other people, and I don't want to work with you anyway. I want to work with people who want to do good in this world, who want to help people in the world, not just people who follow the dollar and how much they can squeeze out of you. It's unfortunate for now, because I've got to kind of lay off some of my team and it's just never nice. So maybe not lay off, but I've got to kind of pause some of my other team members to affect their income. I'm obviously pitching for other clients, the clients we want to work with, and at the same time still trying to fundraise for Walk My Brother. Over the last year since we started, we've had podcasts, we've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on this, and I truly believe in it. I believe in everything that we're doing, but it just takes time. Remember, what we're doing here is we are trying to spread positivity. We are trying to open men up into talking and asking for help. We're telling them that's okay. I did it. I was just like every other man out there. He said, "How are you doing?" "Yeah, it's good. Everything's okay." So now
My goal this year is to help save one person. My goal next year is 10 people. The year after that is 100 people. The year after that is 1,000 people. And the year after that is 10,000 people. And that's really kind of like my 5-year plan. So 2026, just hitting one person out there. Maybe we've hit more than one person. Maybe we haven't hit anybody yet. Time will tell. But I do believe that one conversation, one person saying something can change your whole life. Day 21 done. We've just finished, just arrived at our campsite. Wrapping up day 21, Balm Maria State Park. This is kind of where we'll start tomorrow. And slowly making our way to Fort Stockton, I think it's called. Today, pretty boring day compared to yesterday. We covered a lot of ground. We had to jump on and off the freeway because there was no road for me to run on. And yeah, just reflecting a little bit on the week. It's Sunday, so weekends are a bit harder for me because I know the kids are.
Were you scared at some point?
Yeah, I wasn't scared about Rob finishing it. I knew damn well he was going to finish this. I knew he was going to make this to the end. I know there were many doubters who thought this was a ridiculous thing to do. But knowing my brother, knowing his strength, knowing why he's doing it, I always knew he was going to do it.
Hey Joe, describe last 55 days. You saw the days the cameras were off, so what was that like?
Man, you know, some of the days were tough. Just seeing, you know, the pain that Rob was in, and you know, there's nothing I could really tell him, you know what I mean, to make him feel better. So that was kind of tough, you know, seeing him go through that. And you know, but it shows how disciplined he was, and you know, he never complained. He always, no matter how he was feeling, he'd always, you know, get through it and get the miles done. So, you know, that was probably the toughest part, seeing him go through all that pain. But, you know, he always managed to stay positive and, you know, be kind to people, be respectful. So that was something I noticed, even off camera, you know, that he always did. You know, he's always respectful. And, you know, I really admire that.
Hey Uncle Rob, I just wanted to say how proud we all are of you here in New Zealand. I think what you're doing is honestly so inspiring, and it takes a lot of courage and strength to do something this big, especially all the way across in America. Even though we're like far away, everyone here is like supporting you and cheering you on. Even people are supporting you and cheering you on like in other countries too, I know that. And I hope this journey helps other men and families to feel less alone and encourages people to speak up and support each other more. I also hope you get amazing experiences and memories from this, and realize how many people you're inspiring along the way. Good luck, stay safe, and remember we're all thinking of you.
When Rob asked me to share what Walk With Me Brother means to me, I immediately thought about the men who are struggling quietly, the ones who look fine on the outside, the ones who are still showing up for work, for their families, and for everyone else, while something inside feels off or too much or hard to name. I lost my husband, Sean, to suicide in 2022. And one of the hardest parts of suicide loss is realizing how much someone can be going through without the people around them fully understanding. That's why this mission matters to me. Walk With Me Brother isn't just about running and walking across the country. It's about creating space for men to be honest earlier, before things escalate, before they feel like they have to handle everything on their own. And I think the word with is the most important part. Not ahead of you, not above you, but alongside you, truly with you. Because people don't always need advice or solutions. Sometimes they just need someone who's willing to sit with them, to listen, and to stay. As someone who has lived on the other side of suicide loss, I can tell you this: the silence has an impact, not just for the person struggling, but for the people who love them. So if this reaches even one man who is having a hard time, I hope he hears this clearly. You are not weak for struggling. You are not a burden for needing help, and your life matters, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. And if you love someone who is struggling, this is a reminder to keep showing up. You don't need to show up perfectly, but honestly, with presence, with care, and with a willingness to have conversations that aren't always easy. That's what Walk With Me, Brother means to me. It's connection, it's prevention, it's presence, and it's a reminder that no one should have to walk through this alone. Super proud of Rob, really excited to watch him on his journey, and I love his mission and the work he's doing.
Okay, what was the worst day? What happened there, and what did make Rob keep doing what he's doing?
I think the worst days were definitely through Arizona, you know, because not only was it extremely hot, but, you know, he was going through some personal things too as well. So I think, you know, the combination of those two things, you know, made the days just super hard to get through. And, you know, I know he thought about quitting a couple times, and just seeing him get through that was very inspiring, you know, because, I mean, you know, walking across America is one thing, but doing it in the summer, in this kind of heat is a whole nother level.
My thoughts about Rob doing this walk across America. Honestly, I'm not surprised. When Rob told me a few years ago that he wanted to start doing triathlons and ultra marathons, what have you, I was a bit shocked because it's no small endeavor, and here he is doing multiple. And once he mentioned he wants to run and walk across America for the mental health of men out there, I was like, okay, can't wait to see it. And here he is about halfway through, and I'm just, you know, so impressed and so proud to call him a friend, a brother, just someone that's so selfless to do this for other people out there he doesn't even know, but knows that they're suffering as he's gone through the same thing. I hope that he gets what he's looking for out of this and finds peace and helps everyone out there. Take care, mate. Love you, brother.
What do you think made him to
get through that?
Doing it?
I would say, you know, speaking to his family every day, his friends every day, that kept him, you know, in better moods, and that kept him pushing through. So I think, you know, having his family and his friends to talk to, I think that really, really helped him, you know, get through those times.
When Rob first told us he was going to run across this country, I think all of us were like, why? He's run marathons, ultra marathons, Ironmans, things people wouldn't even do one of in their entire lifetime. He said he wanted to shed light in the darkness that men carry every day, from thoughts of suicide, depression, loneliness, and not just men, but our boys. As a mom of a teenage boy who had to hold his hand through the hardest year of his young adult life, as he watched his friend die by suicide, feeling so helpless in how I could support him, feeling the pain of his friend's family and friends, and wishing so badly we could just turn back time. I can't help but wonder what we could have done to help this kid see how loved he was, how important he was to us, how he should have really looked for resources and gotten some help, or even just talked to us and know he wasn't alone. That's what I believe Rob's doing. With every step, he's putting into the earth some hope. Permission to talk about hard and difficult things, to bring communities together, to honor those we lost along the way, to help our boys and men live full and authentic lives, to know that they're not alone. I'm so proud of Rob putting real action in towards his commitment and drive, and for embodying everything it means to be a brother to humanity. Walk With Me, Brother is so inspiring, and we thank you, Rob, for doing this for all of us, for all of our boys, for all of our men, and for all of humanity.
People will see the finish line, but you saw the grind. What would you like people to understand?
You know, I'd like people to understand about him is that he's one of the most humble person I've ever met. First, when he told me about this whole thing that he's doing, I thought it was like either for money or to gain fame or something like that. And you know, it's been the complete opposite. Like he's you know, he's lost a lot of clients doing this. He's lost money. He's lost time with his family, and you know, he's doing this for the right reason. So I want people to know that, you know, he really believes in this mission, and you know, like I said, he's just one of the most humble people I've ever met.
Hi mate, first of all, congrats. It really is testament to you and your character, what you're doing at the moment. And what an exciting journey. Not many men can say that they walked across America. And look at the reason, to raise awareness for mental health, which I know means a lot to you. I've been lucky to speak to you a couple of times, and I can see you're enjoying it. Every man, every woman, every child has their own way of expressing themselves, and I think you've chosen a great cause to express yourself. Keep up the good work. I'm sure you've got this. One last thing is, I see you posting about days that you've done. I think you should actually be posting a countdown to when you can see your family, and that should inspire you to keep going. Anyway, I'm sure you've got this. Take care. I'm only a WhatsApp away if you need me. Be good.
I am starting day 22. This is kind of where we ended yesterday on the 10. I got my coffee, had an okay sleep. Tried to go to bed early, but
There it is. Yes, sir.
day 25. I think the first thing I think of when I wake up every morning is I gotta do this all over again today. So another marathon and a half-ish. I think after I've done this and played this, I don't ever want to run another marathon. I got a good question the other day. What was my least favourite and most favourite part of the trip so far? I thought it was a really good question. I didn't answer it straight away because I wanted to think. Least favourite was the desert. Arizona desert, the 100-degree heat. There's nothing for 27 miles, not seeing nobody, not even a car. Favourite, I really liked Junction in Texas, little town. I really like, oh shit, I slipped. But I definitely like it when there's, doesn't matter if I'm in the hood or what, but I like it when there's people around. It doesn't have to be a pretty town, just whenever there's people and I can say hello. You know, it's weird about the people that we met on the way, and it's just been the most random spot that we've met them. Yeah. So we met a guy doing, was that in El Centro in California? Remember the guy in the laundry room?
Oh yeah, I think it was, yeah.
The guy's in the laundry room?
Yeah.
He paid for laundry and stuff. There was a guy in, where was near the Blue Mission, the Bezos space thing, where was that?
Oh.
That was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Near where they do the Blue Origin.
I don't even remember that town.
It was past El Paso. Trying to be a bit positive about this. It's not so dark and doom and gloom. It's just like, yeah, I'm just trying to encourage people to get outside, just a bit more, get off the devices, go sit there. Hey, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Got burritos. Hey, burrito.
You want a burrito? Of course you do.
Oh,
you take those muscles.
oh, so these are the brand new
Yes, sir.
unit up. It's a called San Antonio Finest. Thank you. Y'all doing good work, man. Go Spurs, go.
Oh yeah.
For life or for just for fun.
You sure? You want to take it for later? You want to take it for later? You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
actually. Gym tan laundry.
Yeah.
All we need to do is laundry.
I'll be doing laundry later, don't you worry. Yeah.
Oh, these guys every day.
That was Asia Ruby. We're going to be going, we've got about another 6.8 miles today to finish off. Plan is, keep these boys moving, they're doing really well. George hasn't run for a while, he's doing awesome. My brother's just done like 4 or 5 marathons in 4 or 5 days. George, look at him, ripped to shreds. Looks like he's just ran 2,000 miles. Not an inch of body fat. So yeah, we're about 6.8 miles away to now of where we're going to finish. We're going to finish on Beach Boulevard, which is the 90 US freeway, and that will be 10 miles from our finish point tomorrow. So goal was 15 miles today. Everything's going perfectly to plan, and then we'll do 10 miles just walking tomorrow. I'm allowing 3 hours tomorrow to walk. We're going to start off about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, exactly where we finish off today, and then we're going to finish hopefully around 10 a.m. It might be a little bit slower towards the end because my wife, kids, and anyone else who wants to join is going to join us. So I imagine the last mile or two might be a little bit slowish. That's fine. As long as we arrive around, we've said to everyone, around 10, 11 a.m.
How long do you know Rob? And who was Rob before all of this, before he got sober?
I've known Rob since pretty close to when Ann met him. I think I met him on their second date. So, you know, Ann's my best friend. We went out with him. They got along. Rob, before this, he was, you know, always the life of the party. I loved him because we were always both the first two to wake up, the last two to go to bed, always just bring the vibes, just celebrating, wouldn't want to go to bed after a long weekend or trip with our friends. Yeah, and that's how I knew Rob. He was just this magnetic force that was just, when we were together, he was almost like the star of the show.
Hey Rob, I hope you're doing great out there. I think it's very powerful that you're choosing to do this physical challenge to raise awareness for this cause. To me, the challenge represents the mental struggles that people have to go through every day. And every time I think about it, I think it's a powerful memory that will live with you forever. And your determination in following it through is just inspiring for everyone around you. Really to aim for things bigger than ourselves and be an agent of change, even if it's just starting with the people around us. And I really hope you can get the sense of meaning that you're looking for, and you help start conversations so people all around the country know that they are valued and loved and that they can reach out for support.
It's day 29 done. We're in Seguin, Texas. It's about to have dinner. Nonchalant day, not feeling great. Left my family. Bad news from home. We've wrapped up day 29 and we are about 40 miles east of San Antonio en route to Houston. 3:30. It's to break up the session today. Started early, 2 hours work. We're back on it now, and we'll do another 2 hours and then back to work. Oh, I kind of wish I could just focus on one thing, but you got to pay the bills, right? You got family to feed, you still got to do what you got to do. So there's a lot of hours in the day. We all have the same amount of time. Nobody has more time than others, but it's just how you use that time. This is day 31. Walking with my brother, running and walking across America. We are en route to Houston, just leaving, I don't even know what town this is, Wilder, not far from Wilder.
Oh, with the waterfall.
That is a dead crocodile or alligator. Uh-oh. Wrapping up day 31, just finishing work now. Before I speak to my family, I speak to the kids, Anna, my brother, parents. I normally try and speak to them every day. Just make sure that I've not missed anything. Make sure everything's good with work. Just approve some content. Upload all the content I filmed today into the Dropbox. Sugarland, day 33. Supposed to be doing a meetup here, but nobody's turned up. It's kind of the running theme. But I don't think people really want to come out and walk with us in their towns. This is the city hall. It's pretty humid. I probably wouldn't want to come out and walk in all this mosquito infested skies. I've killed about 3 that have just been sitting on my arm. So this is day 33. Currently, how many miles would you say we are? About 1,200? At least 1,200, 1,250 miles across America. Done. Walked, ran, waddled, shuffled, crawled, walked backwards. And this is us really. Going to week 5 on Monday, but some lessons that I've learned whilst doing this is that people are kind, people are friendly, you speak to them, say hello to everybody, communicate well. The other thing is, everybody has their own story. Everybody in some way is struggling. Cut people some slack. People are suffering, sometimes mostly in silence. They probably never let you know what's going on. So give people grace, be a little bit kinder to everybody. Everybody has their own little story. And finally, just third thing I've learned is your body can do really mad things. Like, it can push boundaries that you never thought. If you just used your head and just pushed yourself, you can do extraordinary things. You are probably not living your full potential. So find your goals, write some goals down. Even if you don't hit them, even if they seem really unrealistic, you'll have a go and you'll get a lot further than you are now. That's my words of wisdom, some things that I've learned so far. There's a lot, but I've been through so many little towns and cities so far, something that I never imagined in my life that I would do. It's been a really humbling experience. We've stayed at RV parks, dozens. We have coped with all different weather, from hot desert, rain, tornadoes, humidity, and we just keep going really. This is Walk with My Brother. This is day 33. This is week 4. I am learning as I go. I am growing, but there's also, like, I would say a dark side that, you know, I miss my family. It's been really hard this week, struggling. Had a lot of things going on at home, personal things, just personal stuff with family members, and just some bad news that's come through. And obviously I'm not there to support my family. I'm out here, so I feel very alone. I am struggling to be apart from my wife, my kids. I find it easier now, it sounds horrible in some ways, but to kind of not see them on a video call, because it just makes me miss them more. I think it confuses them when they see me on the phone. I think they're really confused why Daddy had to keep leaving. Last Sunday when I left, after I saw them, they hanging on to me, and my daughter was crying, and it was horrible. My home and my family is my happy place, my happy space, so I'm not in that. And of course I've questioned why I'm doing this. Why wouldn't I just go back to my family? But I really do believe that the work I'm doing here will pay off. I mean, we organised a meet-up here, nobody shows up. You try, just, you know, I think maybe, have I helped one person so far? Maybe.
Certainly some of the messages I've got, I think I've motivated people. I don't think I've necessarily done what I set out to do, but there's a long way to go. This is just the start. We'll have a bigger, hopefully, finish line kind of event, and all my family will be there for that. My brother he's flying out. My brother was due to fly out on the 9th of June, but unfortunately that got delayed due to some family emergency. So that kind of was a bit of a downer this week. My wife and my kids, maybe some of my friends will fly out as well. Probably, hopefully 3 weeks from now. 3 weeks from now I'll be nearly done. So it's not a long time to do, just another 21 days. And the problem is every day, it feels like it takes about a year. It's not, my days don't go quick doing this. I'm running on average anywhere between 30 to 45 miles a day. It just depends where we're going, what route we're doing. So we can definitely do, on an easy day, 30 miles, on a hard day, 45 to 50 miles. I try not to do more than 1 or 2 of those a week because my body just doesn't like me. Today was supposed to be an easy day, but if nobody's going to show up, then I might as well get back to it, maybe get ahead of schedule. The problem is this weather is just a bit zapping, so probably maybe have a little walk through Sugarland. We've got to buy a few things, and then we're going to make our way to Pearland, I think, today. And after that we'll be out of Houston maybe by the end of tomorrow. It's a big city, so we're kind of going around the outskirts here. And yeah, week 4 started off really badly. I flew into San Antonio, I haven't seen the kids over the weekend, so that was awesome. But then I just got hit with bad news when I got to San Antonio airport, 11 o'clock Sunday night. More bad news Monday morning, which was Memorial Day. And then just mentally, I've really been struggling this week. I think it's the hardest week I've had, without a shadow of a doubt. Harder than my first week. The hype's gone down because, you know, you're kind of halfway through. There's nothing. Is the end in sight? I don't know. If you ask me today, probably not. But if you ask me next week, maybe. The weather conditions have been rough. We've had tornadoes, warnings, which was scary. I've been on roads that I'm literally a foot from the side of a road with trucks going, 80 miles per hour. What else? The weather. Yeah, I actually didn't mind the rain for that day because it was a bit cooler. Yesterday was a hard day. But what makes up for this is the people that I meet on the way, and it could be just one bright spark, met a lovely lady. I didn't get her name yesterday, and went and got a smoothie in a place called Eagle Lake. She was really sweet and lovely and just friendly and warm, and just one person can kind of save your day like that. So it just shows you to be a little bit nicer to people, a little bit kinder. You don't know what people are going through. You have no idea that everyone out there is struggling something. And I always try and remember that. I think I used to be pretty judgmental before, a few years ago, and I've tried to get a lot better now. So just give people grace. Give people solace that they are going through something. And yeah, we're gonna do this. I think this is just the start, really. This is just the beginning of what we want to do here. There's a mental health crisis across the world. My goal is to help as many people as I can. Try and rewrite the blueprint to some preventative measures that can help people struggling. I think the first thing is you've got to want to be helped, right? So you've got to seek help. And if you are seeking help, if you are seeking answers, then hopefully I might have some of those for you. Having done this, having struggled, having come back, I always call this as my biggest comeback story ever. And I think with the friends and the family support that I've had along the way has been incredible. And just very grateful that I'm still here, still able to write my story. I'm rewriting my story. I thought about this a few weeks ago, that more for my kids' benefit. If they hear the words mental health and daddy in a few years, I don't want them to think of a negative thing of daddy had bipolar, daddy used to be an alcoholic. But I want them to understand that daddy helped others, and daddy ran across the country, and daddy did something that very few men on this earth have ever done. Right, we are. This is unbelievably hot, humid. We're deep in the south now. Can't believe I was just thinking 5 Saturdays ago, Joe arrived with the RV and I was packing it. Since then, I've traveled 1,300 miles across America, give or take, and gone over halfway. But the work doesn't stop. I want to finish by June the 21st. So there's a lot of work to do to make sure I get done by then. It's pretty brutal out here. You see that's the 10 freeway right there. We're running on the frontage road there. This is not fun. It's dangerous. And it's really not good for your health. But I know why I'm doing it. I've already met some, just walk a minute. I've already met some amazing people doing this so far. I'm so thankful I've got to hear their stories, and it's just driven me maybe a little bit more to where I go after this and what I want to do and my purpose in life outside of my family. Vigorous exercise is really good for you. I'm just listening to a podcast there, and he said 45 minutes of rigorous exercises. That's basically getting your heart rate high into, your zone 4s and your zone 5s. It's very good for your brain. So another reason why exercise, getting outside, being active is good for your mental health, not just physical health. Sorry, it's really loud. These are the conditions that I've got to go with. We're about to approach a town called Winnie, Texas, about 65 miles from the border of Louisiana. Louisiana will be our 5th state we're traveling through. Crazy, eh? Here we are in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Look at this.
Yeah, we got a full gym that's outside. Some of our stations have inside gyms.
You busy here? The busy area?
Steady.
Yeah.
Steady. No house fires yesterday. We were here yesterday too. Had a
fire? What do they normally call
fire, outside fire.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Cheers, boss. Thank you.
Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, so steady.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
22 years.
Wow. Yeah. 2:35, and we're up a bit earlier today to try and beat the heat. So we will be heading today from Beaumont to Orange, and then Orange to Lake Charles. We are 5 weeks in. My brother running across America. There are only 400 people on record that have ever done this. I am aiming to do this to give everybody hope out there that you can turn your life around. I believe that over the last 3 or 4 years, certainly the last 4 or 5 weeks, I'm starting to basically put together a blueprint and to help everybody that when you are starting to go into mental health issues and mental health troubles and mental health depression, that there are ways to get out there and fix it. I think the main thing is, number one, you have to want to be helped. You have to want to ask for help. That's the very first thing that I would suggest with anybody. If you're not wanting to get help, if you're not wanting to change, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're not wanting to change, then
I'm not so sure that I can help you. If you are wanting to get help and you are kind of wanting to see what the other side feels like, I'll give you a little bit of glimpse into my day today. It's Sunday here, so always hits a bit harder because Sunday is family day. At home, I normally wake up with my son in bed with me and my wife. I normally am first one down to get my daughter out of bed. I can't wait till she wakes up, till I see her face. I put her milk on. I normally get her a milk and we all sit in the bed together. There's 4 of us and we wake up together. We normally have we might go to church, we might go and get a coffee, we might have lunch with my in-laws. Just generally, we'll probably go to the park with the kids. But generally the day is really just family time, and I think Sunday always hits a bit harder for me out here. Today I actually woke up and these skylights here were bright because the place we stayed had incredible floodlights, like a football stadium floodlights on our RV. So I had an eye mask on, but it felt like it was at 1:30. I looked at my phone and I thought it was time to get up, but it was actually only 1:30. We did get up early this morning. We got up at 4:30. Reason being is, number one, I want to try and this not to take over the whole day as it has of the last few days or weeks. It can creep in that if we don't start till 7, it's looking like a 2, 3, sometimes 4 p.m. finish. Those last kind of legs always take longer because the heat is so bad. As you can see, I'm pretty burnt. I do put SPF 70 on. Mosquitoes like I've never seen anywhere else on the planet. I've been to quite a few countries around the world. All over me. Like probably got 100 bites on my legs, my arms, my back. I'm putting spray on, like to the point where I just don't think it's doing anything. I did see though that onions and garlic work, so that's our next step. So yeah, repellent, sun cream, so it just doesn't. I wear a big hat when I'm running. I feel physically broken. We are about 1,350 miles in, so that means we're about 850 miles off our destination of Jacksonville Beach. Pretty incredible. I've come this far, even to myself. Just if you add that up, I think it's more like 50 marathons in 35 days, which is, I'm not somebody who likes to say boast or promote the miles that they've done. I don't want it to become like a running mission, because it's not. But yeah, we've managed to do.
Did you know something's wrong back then, or did he hide it?
He really did hide it. We had no idea. I did have an inkling of it when we would talk after the weekend, and he'd just say how, after leaving all of us, how he'd just feel down, just sad that it would all end. I just thought it was just something natural that, you have a big weekend, you miss your friends, then you go, back home to just yourself or just you and Anne. But I really didn't have any idea there was a struggle. Running across America, it's incredible, One thing about Rob is he's a man of actions, not just words. He says something, he'll do it. So I had no doubt that he would do this, that he would finish it. I'm very proud of him.
This message is from my awesome brother, Rob. Love you, brother. Root for you. It's amazing. I think it's so inspirational, so amazing, everything that you do. You're such an inspirational and amazing person. What message would I give you? I would say keep going, brother. You're positive, upbeat, positive personality. You're amazing. Keep up the strong fight. I hope that you continue to find that you are an inspirational person during this journey, and that you have a fan and a brother and me supporting you throughout this entire journey. And I hope this campaign helps men and other families show that you can do anything you put your mind to, and you can accomplish anything if you have the right mindset. Think positive. Love you, Rob.
Okay, what was the hardest part?
I feel like the hardest part, this has been the most challenging season of my life. With Rob being away, I think at times when I need him physically, he wasn't there. He couldn't just teleport and come. I just had to rely on phone calls and FaceTime. But I think times when the kids are asking for him was really hard, and trying to explain what Daddy's doing and his reason why. With Rob being away, nights were really tough at home, only because, you know, the kids are so used to Rob doing certain things for them, like he does the bedtime baths, and just different things that we split on a daily basis that I have to do all of it. Our house was pretty chaotic at night because it's like checking off the box of making sure everything's done, but it's double the work, I would say. We also have dogs as well, so it's almost, it takes up a lot of time.
Hey Rob, Jason Doby here. I just wanted to send you a quick video on my thoughts about you walking across the U.S., running across the U.S. I gotta tell you, man, so proud of you and what you're doing and getting the word out. As men, we don't like to talk about our emotions and like to say everything's okay or I'm fine, when really deep down inside there is something going on. So love the fact that you're out there putting the word out. I'm sure those first few days being on the coast, seeing people were pretty motivating, but I'm sure it's pretty lonely, some of these long straight roads in AZ and as you head into Texas. So keep your head up, man. Super proud of you. Keep sending the message, keep posting videos, keep telling us what's going on. Tell us some real stuff about how you're feeling, and just once again, super proud of you, man.
Week 6, day 1, day 36, I think. We are about 850 miles now from the finish line, so.
Pump it out, baby. Pump it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go.
Who said they can't do something? Who said it's too hard? It's never too hard. You just gotta pick yourself up, go again. You keep going, even when you don't want to. Dig deep, pick yourself up, keep going. That's what I keep telling myself. Keep going, keep going. Day 41, no, day 42. Day 42, calm after the storm. We survived the flood warnings, flood watch, evacuation notices, and yeah, it's just a bit of rain. But we're good. We are off to heading towards Biloxi today. So we're going to kind of run all the way down the Gulf Coast and Mississippi, and I think tomorrow we'll be in Alabama. We're not in Mississippi very long. We're right at the tip at the bottom of Mississippi here, and yeah, gotta get moving. We've got to put our miles in. Oh, bugs.
Before all of this, when he was struggling quietly, what did it look like from where you were standing?
From my perspective, seeing him struggle prior to all this, it was very hard because I think you feel a little bit helpless. I felt very helpless because I don't know how to help him. I can only do so much, and given all the resources he already does have to support him, I just felt like it wasn't enough. And it was pretty sad to see him struggle because I know that's not who he is. And I know at the end of the day, he will see the light at the end of the tunnel. But just watching him go through it was pretty rough.
Were you scared?
Yes, very scared at times. I think more so in the beginning because it was very manic, I would say, with his episodes, struggling with bipolar. I think my biggest fear was one day I'm gonna wake up and he killed himself.
What made you say yes to this?
No wife ever would want to say yes to this. People ask me, how can you let your husband do this for so long and being away from you and the kids? But I knew the bigger picture. I knew his mission. I know why he's doing it. So that's the constant reminder whenever he was struggling along the way, is like, your reason why. And this is the reason why I felt like I had to support him on this. And he was serious about it. Even though Rob has so many crazy ideas, this one stuck because it's something he talked about every single day.
What are my thoughts about Rob running across America? It's inspiring. I love to see. And if you can help one person out there, it's an amazing thing to do. What message do I want to send Rob? Just do it. Don't stop. David Goggins, baby. All the way. Wish I can be there with you, mate, but be there in spirit, and just can't wait to hear all the stories. What are you hoping Rob gets on this journey? You're walking across America. America needs a little bit of love. We need a little bit of unity. You're the right man for the job, mate. Get it done and spread that love. And what do we want? What this campaign does for men and family? And we need a little bit of vulnerability in this life, man. We gotta love our family. We gotta love our kiddos. We gotta love our friends, our neighbors. We gotta leave this place a better place for our kiddos. That's it.
What do you want people to understand about loving a man who's fighting something inside?
I want people to understand that a normal person can be struggling. We all don't know it. I think many suffer in silence, and you feel like you don't have anybody there, because I know it is a very lonely place. And I think people just need to be kind to one another, and we all don't know what someone else is struggling with.
What can you say to the wife or partner watching who's worried about her husband right now?
I would say to all the wives and loved ones that have somebody struggling, check in on them more often and ask them questions, not so much as how are you doing. I think you gotta get a little bit more in depth with that and just be there for them. It could be a simple check-in text, I think can go a long way, but just connecting with your loved ones, and so that they feel supported and that you're there. Even if you're just sitting there next to them without saying a word, they just need maybe that companion, just somebody there.
Do you have an idea what are you going to feel when he's crossing that line and you are watching him?
I think it'd be very emotional, because I'm very proud of him, because it's been a long road ahead, and I'm so glad we're at the finish line. But I know the impact after this is going to be bigger than what he thinks it's going to be, and I know that he's going to be saving someone's life out there.
What do you want him to know?
What I want you to know is that me and the kids love you so much. We're so proud of you. I can't believe we're finally here. We can't wait for you to be home with us now and never leave us ever again. And yeah, we love you so much. Crew, what do you want to say to Daddy when he finishes the race?
I gotta say, how old are you? You did a great job.
What about you? What do you want to say to Dada? What do you want to say to Dada? Oh. Say, I love you, Dada. Oh, you're being shy. Okay, blow a kiss then for Dada. Blow a kiss. Mwah.
Yeah.
Get in, Kirk. At Northwest on Northwest Avenue, then take the first left on.
Hi, my name's Brian. What does Rob's walk across the United States mean to me? Well, a bit of history. I've known Rob for about 20 years. We spent a fair chunk of time in China together. We weren't close friends or directly spending a lot of time together, but we had very, very good friends in common and would run into each other. And I was also very frequent customer of places where I was either managing or owning, and I was feeding my disease quite steadily and progressively, probably right in front of his eyes. Much later, learning more about, and actually I had fallen completely out of touch basically with the world myself, and after joining back up with the world, finding out Rob was on a kind of similar journey as mine, you know, maybe close to death and perishing, but turning it around in different ways, but coming back. He's taken it to a level probably that very few will take it to in their life, of trying to bring attention to what is going on with people. And so this is quite important to me, seeing this come off, and the commitment to it and the dedication, perseverance sets a great example, and I hope people are being affected. I am. I'm inspired and driven just in my daily life by his commitment to what he's doing. I just respect it immensely. Very grateful for him.
Alright, we're back on the road. I managed to take my ankle back together again. It's called, what's it called? Stagecoach Road. Day 44. Wishing some work. We just met the RV property manager, Alan, and his wife. Amazing people. Heard his story, heard his troubles, his struggles, his just everything he's been through. But he's here in Florida. He met us today. Life's just supposed to be like that. So we were supposed to finish 4 or 5 miles from here, but I was in a lot of pain today, but I decided to push on. Because Joe had said, well, we're close to Florida, so we decided to push, and we made it to Florida state line. We are about 10 miles off Pensacola and heading en route to Tallahassee, which we're about 200 miles away from. Got to be there by Sunday. My brother arrives, so we've got to really push on extra miles every day. I can take it easy next week. Lots of pain today, both Achilles, left calf, hamstring, hips, lower back. I'm not just talking about mild pain. I was probably like a 7 or 8, even a 9 at some points today. Walked a lot, ran a bit, walked a lot, swaddled, wobbled, and just pushed it through. Really humid, it's 70% humidity. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. That's what the guy just told us, and it's really bad apparently here, so we got it done. It's day 44. We're getting closer to that line. Day 45, last mile. Just do a nice little walk. We're making nice progress. Today was less painful than yesterday, actually. I think it's because we're in Florida, maybe. I don't know. But this grass is not good for my ankles. But they're heavily taped. We got some KT tape. So I'm back stocked up. Even if I paid double the price in Target. But we're good. Last mile of day 45. Walk with me, brother. This place is the winner of the best named town. It's called Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon! I would have acclimatized this heat by now. But this is a different heat. This is a hot heat, summer heat. It's a little bit humid, but not as humid as, it's just hot. 90 degrees today. Other than needing a haircut, I am emotionally drained. Just, some people are so kind. Some people are so friendly. Just in the most random spots. You know, we just had our RV park paid for by the people who are running this lovely site here. Just didn't have to do that, really. We've had that a couple of times. We don't look, it's actually, I don't even go out. Joe is the person who kind of books all the RVs. He goes out. We got a little sticker on the van on the side of the RV. As you can see, it's nothing obnoxious. It's just a little scan code. People who are interested, we just point them to the scan. Anyway, they were just lovely people, and just hit 2,000 miles today. We're still kind of wondering how I've done that. Sometimes I'm not okay, even now. Even for this whole trip, there's a lot of times where I've not been okay. And I've tried to be genuine. I've tried to not go on about it because it does get boring. But there's been a lot of times where I've not been okay. And yeah, like, you know, trying to just sometimes still pretend that I'm okay to everybody. Trying to be that guy. But, you know, if I'm being real, I'm not always okay. And I've been really sad, actually, the last 2 weeks or so. Just because I've missed my family so much. And I think people will probably get a sense that's my happy place, my home, my family. It's the thing that saved me. It's given me purpose in life, being a dad. Anna, my wife, has made me a better person.
Heart rate 67.
It's just really down to her, a lot of this. She is the hero of everything that I do. She's the support. She's the infrastructure behind me. She put me back together. And not being near them or around them has been really hard. And I've missed out on a lot with the kids, and I think anyone who's got kids will understand how hard it is to be away from your kids, even just for a day. I've done this for 2 months now, and I've tried to be positive. I've tried to kind of keep everything together, but there's been a lot of times where I've, you know, just broke down on the side of the road, but for a few seconds, and then I'm right, I gotta go. And then I think, you know,
Average pace 15:21.
Go off now. Yeah, I just think it's important that I'm so honest with myself and honest with everyone out there that I'm not always okay. But I know I've got somebody I can rely on. And if I don't have my wife, then I've got my therapist. And I've got a couple of friends that I can reach out to. I just hope a small bit that everything that's gone on the last 2 months, if anyone takes just anything from what I've done, just you'll understand why asking for help is so important, and having people around you who you can be yourself with. I probably will never even post this video, but I just want to be honest, even if it's just to myself. Yeah, today has put me on my ass. I am pretty dead. Day 49. This is about, I don't know, as painful as I've felt. See, I've probably changed like 7 times today. I'm just constantly wet. Sick and tired of being wet, sweaty. We had to stop for something to eat, and now that food hasn't sat well with me. I think we're like 170 from Jacksonville. I haven't had my phone out much today because my phone is so hot. It's like burning up, so I'm trying to keep it in my pocket. When my brother's here tomorrow, are going to be running with me. I'm not going to be running this time. I think we really have to stop at 11 a.m.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Oh, what a man you are. Well, we should have done this earlier, but as it happens, you've reached a couple of very important milestones because 50th day tomorrow on the road. You started out 27th and you're now in Florida. You've started your run walk from the Pacific and now you're heading towards the Atlantic. And it's a place called Jacksonville. Well, you've done over 2,000 miles, which is
clock going.
Unbelievable. And as we're talking, the clock is chiming. How apt is that? Well, today has been a really good day, certainly for us, and I'm sure for you, because your beloved brother, Ian, has arrived, and to keep you company for the last few days of your journey. We have no idea what you've gone through. You are a legend in your own time. And now here's your lovely mum to say a few words.
Rob, we're just so proud, well, I am, of what you've done and what you're doing. I don't know how you've done it, honestly. I just don't know how you've done it. I don't know where you've got the strength and the will from. But that was you, because when you were little, you were determined. And I think you've got a daughter like that who's determined. I expect that's you. That's the way you are. That's the way you were when you were little. You were determined. And you know what, Rob? I love you so much. You are my special sunshine. I can remember the minute you were born. I can remember carrying you. I can remember talking to you when you were little. And you've grown into this wonderful, strong man. And I want you to keep strong and keep going. Because we are going to come and see you in October. We're hoping to get fit with our exercises. So, no issues. So I love you so much. And we're so proud of you. A bonus, you've got your brother with you. And that's great. You've got our Ian.
And we were talking to somebody yesterday, a new neighbour, and we said, we are so blessed to have two wonderful sons.
So, Rob, you're just the last steps. And before you know it, you're going to have Anna and the kids there.
Yeah.
And you can dip your toe in the Atlantic. And bring me a shell. Find me a shell on the beach. Bye, son.
Bye.
Good night.
He said, walk with me, brother. We're now running.
Oh, day 51. I'm sorry for this. Just can't wait for this all to be done. But just gritting it, grinding it out. Walking through here in Madison. We're about 134 miles away, I believe. The last week, just wrapping it all up. Got my brother here right now. He's done some miles with me this last week. He's sore, he's in pain. He's on day 3 now, but he's done excellent. 2 marathons in 2 days. My wife, my kids arrive tomorrow about 8 p.m. My friend to cheer me on. And we've got Joe here still with me, who's been with me from day 1. The navigator, the driver, just keep me company here. My soul mate for the last 53 days. I couldn't have done this without him. And just obviously without everyone's support, the messages I get every day. Just running across America has really taken a village, and I want to thank every single one of you for everything that you've done. So thank you. 7 p.m. here, approximately 80 miles from Jacksonville Beach. Plan tomorrow and Fridays to do 50 miles. We will head towards Baldwin tomorrow, maybe even get to Jacksonville, near outskirts of Jacksonville. Tomorrow night we'll be staying in Jacksonville, picking the kids up, the wife, my friend George, all flying in tomorrow about 8:30. We'll be staying in Jacksonville. Friday we'll be just doing lighter miles, like I say, about 20 miles. Saturday 15 miles, and then 10 miles on Sunday, and that will get us to the finish line. Okay, so there's how do I get to be at this point right now? From when 1 year ago I was buried alive kind of feeling. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. So there's a couple of people and things and thanks that I want to give. Number one, Almighty God, for showing me where to look for help, for answering my call. Number two, without a doubt, is my wife, my family, my brother, my sister-in-law, my parents, all my family. When I did finally ask for help, they all came and some. So without them and that infrastructure and that team, I don't think I'd be here today. The next part of the puzzle was really, I think, staying sober. That was a big part of my puzzle, and I really struggled to stay sober. And I think anyone that's had addiction issues or addiction of any kind will tell you the hardest thing is to kind of, although you want to stay sober, sometimes there's a little voice inside your head which doesn't allow you to, and that voice can become very loud and very powerful. So I think I've just got the utmost respect and the heroics for those people who do stay sober and who are on this journey too. So I want to thank all my friends in recovery and my friends who have just, it's far too many to name, but Brian, JT, just so many people who have kind of kept me going. The next part of the puzzle, figuring out how to not just survive every day. I wanted to live a life where I was able to kind of not be 4 out of 10 every day, not to have just such no meaning for life. I always go back to this. I was a really happy kid, and I remember being happy as a kid. I think when I think of happiness, happy times, I always thought about when I was a kid, and I'm probably under the age of 10 now. So I knew what happiness felt like. I think if you'd never been happy, then maybe I wouldn't have known what it was like. But because I'd been a happy kid, I wanted to get back to that point. So there was a big, obviously, gap somewhere where there's a big kind of gap of 35 years of not having that. So I started to look and question everything. I started to question everything from medicated drugs, which to me, and this is just for me, in my opinion, just kind of did the bare minimum to not kill myself. And maybe that's what the drugs are for. They did the bare minimum to make me survive. And becoming a father and trying to be a better husband, I knew that wasn't the way to go anymore. So really, I started to look, and it all comes down to when I started to ask for help, and I started to be honest to the people that love me and my therapist. They were offering me some kind of answers. Maybe I didn't want to hear them at first, but one of those options was ketamine infusion therapy. And I tried everything else. I've tried everything else. I think the only thing left was to kind of rewire my brain and undergo that procedure. But I started to look at the science around ketamine infusion therapy, and that's something that I couldn't ignore. And I always say it was like the last roll of the dice for me. Imagine just going in to the casino and having $10 to your name or $100 to your name and putting everything that you owned on black or red or whatever you wanted. I think that was it. It was my last, it really was my last roll. And I said that to my wife, and I said that to my family, like, I don't really have any more tricks now because I've tried everything else. And I think because I've become honest about everything, there was no going back. And once it's all out in the open, once you tell people you're an alcoholic, you can't go back to the alcohol. And I wanted to stop. I think that was the big difference. I wanted to get clean in that sense. I didn't want to use that. I didn't want to hide behind alcohol anymore. Alcohol had been such a big part of my life. Anyway, I found Uplift Ketamine, and I found, it's called Ketamine Uplift. I found Ketamine Uplift, and I rolled the dice. And just turned out to be one of the best investments I've ever made. I met the best doctor doing that, who's now become a friend. I think the science has helped me to understand it a little bit more, what neuroplasticity means and disassociation and all these kind of medical terms. But it's not fixed forever. There's so many more things that go into me having to kind of get up every day. And therapy has been a big part of that. Booster, ketamine shots every 3 months. Looking for the signs, I think, is probably the most important thing. Being bipolar, I think it's a little bit confusing for people who don't understand what bipolar is, because you can really be on cloud 9, and you can have the best ideas, and you can be the most spontaneous person in the world. You can make these crazy purchases, and I always used to say to my wife, I've got this crazy idea. And then you've got the lows, and then I think now just knowing what the signs are around the lows can kind of pull you down, and it starts with not getting out of bed and just no appetite and tired and don't want to do anything, and so that's the start of it. Then becomes the anxiety, the sick feeling. Every situation that you're in is the worst possible situation, from driving in the car, somebody's going to hit us, to dropping my kid off at school and thinking that somebody's going in and going to shoot them. Every phone call is going to be a bad call. So that's when anxiety takes over and you start to kind of become very erratic, and then these voices start to come back. So that's normally the signs for me would be my sensitivity to light, sound. Can hear like people eating miles away from me. I can hear the light thing is really big, because it almost like light annoys me. I can't sleep, I get insomnia. And I go to sleep, I start this pattern. But now I know where the signs are. I think it's really important to do something about them. So what happens now is obviously book myself in for more ketamine infusion. Normally I do 2 or 3. I'll speak to my therapist. I will let my wife know, hang on, something's not. So she also now knows what to do or what to say in those situations. So it really does affect the whole family. Obviously, I stay away from alcohol and temptation, and that's just something I've got to live with every day now. So it's a work in progress. It's not really just one thing, one magic button, one magic fix, but hopefully that gives you some insight to what my world is like, and maybe what millions of other people feel like. But hopefully by me sharing this, you can see that there's no magic fix. It's hard and it's tough, and there's obviously days where I do struggle. And I think as a man, we just put on this great mask. Even now, I'm not going to let people ask me if I'm doing okay, and I'm not 100%, maybe I'm 30%, maybe 40%, and I'll say I'm okay, because I still haven't got that confidence or vulnerability to go and tell everybody that I'm not doing okay, because there is still a stigma with me, at least. So I don't go and tell them, oh God, I'm feeling, no, I just don't. But I think there's things there where I could confide in my wife and speak to my therapist now. I don't want to tell everybody all the time what's going on, but there's a lot of still dark days. There's a lot of days where I feel heavy and I'm lifting and stuff. And I know everybody feels like that. And it's just how you now start to kind of recognize that and know that it is okay to feel like that. It's not the end of the world. You will come through it. You can get help. People do want to help you. And that's really it. So I hope this kind of helps, and you can understand a little bit from my perspective and why I want to do this, why I feel the need to do this, why I want to help other people, why it's important that we start these conversations, why I'm honest, why I'm transparent, why I'm vulnerable, why I'm authentic. It was never really about the miles of how many miles I'm going to run or walk doing this across America. It was more about the conversations that I was going to have and the openness for people to talk. When I tell them why I'm doing this, the reaction you get off people has been so different in person. More so than what social media could do, or what television can do, or what a celebrity can say. When you're out and you're in a supermarket or an RV park or a gas station, and people ask me what I'm doing, the look on their face is just something that you can't get from a screen. It's real, and that's all I want to do. Just help a couple of people out there, and hopefully they'll know that they're loved, and they'll know that there's help out there, and they'll know that if that guy can walk across America and do this, then maybe I can go out there and ask for help. And that's all I want you to do. So I hope that helps, and thank you everyone for watching this, and thank you everybody for being part of this very magical journey.
Hi! What are you eating?
The camera guy's here.
You on camera? You like me on camera? Alright, I'm going to do the last mile. Nice.
Drinking water.
Oh, Daddy.
You got the cord?
He gets to go through the time first, Dada.
Okay.
I want to walk.
Suddenly all my pain's gone away. Physical pain, that is. Yeah, I'm just so happy that my family are here. This is what I envisioned. To be honest with you, this is what kept me going on the hard days, the long days, the slow days, the days that you couldn't think. This is exactly what I envisioned and I pictured it. So this is kind of like a dream come true. Just having my family and my friends here. Yeah, like it's not about not giving up. It was about not doing something that wasn't for me, just for other people. And just hope I've done everyone proud in that sense. Everyone's support has meant a lot. This is just heaven from the conditions we've been used to. We've got sidewalks. I don't know. I don't think I could have written it better if I tried. You know. So I'm feeling a lot of emotions. It hasn't really sunk in yet, I don't think. But just happy that these two are here and get to. They probably won't remember it, but hopefully one day they'll look back on this when I'm long gone and understand why I did it. But I would never do it again. So don't ask. I would never want to be away from them again. It's killed me to be away from them because they're my purpose, they're my safe space, they're my joy, my happiness, and I think anyone who has kids can understand that. And even for like being away from, I've never really had more than a couple of nights away from them ever, so to have 2 months away from them is, I would never ever want to go through that again. And I know people do it. I know there's, you know, our servicemen, our military, our people have to go and work. You know, I know people do it. It's just not for me. It's just a choice that some people don't have a choice, but I would never want to be apart from my family again for that long. I said to Joe the other day, if they say in years to come when they're 18 that they want to do it, maybe I'll drive the van, drive the RV. Yeah, that's all me. It's all, but hopefully, you know, I hope there's other ways people can reach people without having to run across the country. You know, I did it because there was two choices, either to end my life and just give up, or there was do something that's physically hard to prove that mental health is not a weakness. I think when people look at me now, they'll think strength because of what I've done, but you know, it kind of, I want to prove people that having mental health issues is not a weakness. It's just something that you need to get help for. Too big.
I saw the ad on Instagram. I think that's awesome.
Oh, cool, man. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, local. Might as well wake up a little earlier than usual on Sunday and show my support.
Good man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, it was just come on with us, you know, just soak it in, and it all feels a bit of a dream.
Yeah.
But hey, you said you didn't want hills like Tallahassee, so there definitely wasn't hills out there, was there?
Guys, thank you.
Now we're at the end of this momentous journey. My amazing brother, Rob Pollard, has given me the time and the the ability to really focus on the cause, and also very specifically the pain and the suffering that my own brother's gone through. He's had some really tough times over the certainly last 5 years, times when I personally didn't think he was going to come through it. There was a moment 2 weeks ago when I was meant to be flying out to come and see Rob, but my wife had to go into hospital for some pretty major surgery, and I thought I wasn't going to be here to be with him to help him finish this off. So just being here, I'm just really thankful, really grateful. But it also gave me pause to think about Rob and what he means to me, what he means to our family, what he means to his friends. And I'm just so grateful that Rob has reached out to seek help himself, that he's also leading that way for others, that he's really a beacon of light for many other people who are going through pain and suffering and thinking about suicide. And there was a moment in that 2 weeks ago where I broke down into tears with my wife, and I said, I just can't not go out and be with him. When I know what Rob's been going through, and I always dreaded the moment that we got a call that maybe Rob had done something. And I just had to be here. So I love my brother to bits. He's my best friend. I'm so proud of him. And the last few miles of this walk today made me think about the strength that he's found. He's found from his faith in God, which is really important to him. His strength from his friends, his family, the followers that have turned up today. And it made me think about a little sort of, I guess, final thought from my perspective, that strength is not the absence of pain. Everybody goes through pain, everybody goes through suffering, but it's the willingness to walk through that pain, to seek help with that pain, to access the help and talk to others about that pain. And that's what this is all about. And it just on that final stretch, the final few miles today, I was just thinking about that over and over and over, and how amazing what Rob has done, and how amazing he is, and how proud I am as his brother. And I'm just so thankful that he's still here today, and he's still here today to do this for others. And anybody out there, please talk to people, please seek help. You're not on your own. Talk to a friend, or if you can see a friend who's having problems, man or woman, reach out to them, check in daily. It's so important
to me. So I just want to capture this, because once I leave the beach, it's kind of like in the history book. So I just want to, that's the microphone, buddy. First off, all thanks for me, my glory, my God, my faith that's led me here and protected me. First and foremost, without that, there's no way I would have survived. My wife, my darling wife, who supported me. Not this part, this is just the beginning in some sense, but also the end of one story and the beginning of another chapter. My family, my brother, who's flown in from New Zealand, thousands and thousands of miles. I made him run 5 marathons in 5 days. That's brother love. So when he heard the words "walk me, brother," he said, "Right, I'll walk with you." It's my friends George, one of my best friends George, my kids. This guy, Joe, who has been my navigator, my protector, my just confidant. He's seen everything in the last 56 days. Didn't know him before this trip. I rented an RV for him, and he became more than just a driver. Brothers for life. We created a bond in that RV, and some smells that I'm sure we'll remember forever. And just most importantly, I just want to thank the kindness of the people in this country. I think we don't really realize how kind people are. I think it's very easy to but I've seen kindness to different levels, where people have stopped and given me bottles of water and talked to us and opened up to us, and they didn't have to do that. This is, like I said, this has never been about me. I'm just the person carrying the weight and shuffling the feet. It was more about to create a noise big enough that my whole thought process of this whole trip has only to been help one person. That was it, just to help one person out there. It was never about thousands or millions. I was never gonna, but it was just to help one man who might be struggling, who might, like at times I've looked to, and just one person to give you hope when you don't think there's another way out, where you think this darkness lasts forever, when you just don't see another way. Hopefully someone came across my story and realized it's worth sticking around, because there are people that will help you, and there's people that will love you, and there's always people that are going to be there for you. So the biggest thing I've learned from this whole journey, not just from the last 56 days, but certainly the last few years, is just asking for help. The most manly thing a person can do is ask for help. So don't ever, guys, think that asking for help is a sign of weakness, because it's not. It's actually the most manliest thing you'll ever do. People are kind. Our DNA is that we want to help others. So that was the only thing. I hope it's reached one person, and the work begins. Walk with Brother is not just something that ends today, it begins today. I want to set up, brotherhoods across the country, where a safe space where men can go out and walk and talk and share things with each other without the pressure of having to kind of have judgment. And that will hopefully come in years to come. But I appreciate you guys so much for coming out. It means the world, that other than my friends and family. Thank you guys. I'll give you a hug again. Thanks guys so much. It means the world.
Thanks, bro. I'm proud of you. I love you, bro.
Thank you, my love.